Greeting,
Stress.
greetings, everyone. This is Dr. Betty Smith, and I'm going to try to share my picture here. Here we go. Here I am. Hi, everybody. Okay, so good evening, good evening. Welcome to Product Overview with the Wellness Experts. My name is Dr. Betty Smith, and I am a registered nurse, doctor of naturopathy. I am the wellness director for Akana and for Soul Massage. I'm an Emerald director within the company and a founding member and a proud member of the medical advisory board. And so today, as I promised, we're going to talk about stress management. And we actually talked about it last night on the wellness coach certification. And I thought that it would be just a perfect discussion for tonight because we as a society and as individuals are just under such a tremendous amount of stress, knowingly or unknowingly. Many times the effects of stress are just internalized, and we are so busy living life, or lifing as they call it, that we fail to recognize that we are indeed under stress. We just kind of internalize it. And because the stress, the stressors uh, are so many in number and in variety, that we are under attack from a number of areas. And like I said, we're so busy just living life that many times we don't recognize it, and we just internalize it, and it causes physical as well. It can cause physical as well as mental, emotional um, negative effects. And so we're going to just do a brief presentation on it. I've got a couple of videos because you all know I love videos, but primarily these videos are short in nature, and they speak to some of the techniques that you can use to help to manage stress quickly. So, without further ado, I'm going to turn off my camera, and let me just make sure that I have got the right one up here. Don't. Oh, there. Uh-oh. Okay.
You didn't get to watch me. On top of that, like between that beam and the drywall, right? Yeah. That's a lot. No, up higher. That's where the other one. Oh, the other ladder. So I'm talking about the base come through that. That way the light coming out. That's where this one is. Talking about this light right here? No, I'm on the through it. Right through here. Yeah. So now I'm talking about this.
Hold on 1 minute, guys.
What's a hole right here? Between the joist and the yeah. The other way up, that's going down. There's a hole right here, but it's tight. Right, but what's I used to do up. It's up. Right, like this. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to see. That's what, yeah, it's a hole right there. Go my finger. Right next to this one. It's a hole, but this is stuff. If you drill, close up there so the weight like that. What's the deal? No, I don't want to lock it come on. Oh, that one up there. Yeah, yeah, that. Well, you can pass that there, right there, boy. Okay, watch me. But you can go in. I mean, come on.
So Brenda,
Come behind there.
can you hold on? Let me find myself. Fiddlesticks.
Behind that. This is right. This is right behind double left right. Look, it's something. There's another hole right over that, right over that, right there. You try to put it down in there. Okay.
Hey, kids been around a lot lately. Anything going on with you?
Come on, you try. Where's that? It's right here.
I'm very excited about that.
Fiddlesticks.
I'm sorry. But back in the day, you used to drink. Yeah, just some things too. I'm just trying to piece all things together, but vendor, I think I'm a dry flunk. I think you're a fantastic father. I'm just.
Somebody need to mute their microphone.
Not having this conversation.
There are 3 people who need to mute their microphone. Marguerite. Okay. Did you do it, Brenda?
No, but I was trying.
They're muted now. They're muted.
Oh, fiddlesticks. Got it. Okay, I got it now. Okay, I think I'm ready. All right, here we go. All right, guys, here we go. And I'm going to share my screen. Oh, so can I make, excuse me, let me make, hold on, let me undo this. Brenda, can you back me up with the mute button or whatever needs to happen?
I can try.
You can, okay. Make you a co-host. So really all it does is, all you have to do is scan down and see who's got their mic open. And all those that whose mics are muted, they're red and they have a line through them. Let me find you. There you are. And oh, oops, no. And I'm making you a co-host. Okay. And so Brenda, down here at the bottom where it says participants and it tells you how many people are there. You see that? I can't hear you because you're muted.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if you click on that, you'll get a side thing that shows you everybody there. You can see that my microphone is going up and down because I'm
Right.
talking.
I got
And
you.
awesome. And here we go. Let me close this. Right. 21. Yep. Can you guys see that? You see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Let's do it. Okay, so this is about understanding and naturally managing stress. And so stress is the body's response to any demand or challenge. It triggers a physical, emotional, and behavioral responses. It can be acute or acute or chronic. So acute is something that just happened recently versus chronic stress. Chronic stress is that kind of stress that just goes on and on and on and on and on. So there are common causes of stress, which can be work pressure, can be deadlines, it could be lack of work, it could be financial concerns, relationship issues, health problems, life changes, moving, losses, new jobs, not meeting goals, all kinds of things of that nature. And it could also be environmental triggers such as noise, crowds, electromagnetic frequencies, or radiation in the environment, smog, all have an effect and can cause stress in and on our bodies. So the effects of stress on the body, we've got physical effects such as headaches and muscle tension, that tension in your neck and shoulders that you can't quite get rid of, could cause fatigue, sleep disturbances because the mind is going, and that stressor keeps you awake and thinking about, how do I get out of this? How do I undo this situation? Will I ever be able to do this, that, or the other? And just on and on and on. So the mind is not at rest. Consequently, it can cause sleep disturbances like insomnia, that difficulty getting to sleep, number one, because you're overstimulated. It can also cause difficulty sleeping through the night. You wake up periodically during the night and immediately start thinking about whatever the stressful issues are. Or it can just cause you to wake up earlier than you intended because of the pressures of that stress. Also, it can cause digestive issues because of the pathways. How can I explain this? The pathways which actually start up in the just under the throat and move down to the abdomen. We've got some I'll say neurons there that get activated with stress. And that's why many times when you're really, really having stress issues, you have digestive problems like uh, bloating, lots of gas. You might feel full in the middle or feel nauseated or that kind of thing. And that can be the physical and chemical, I should say, effects on your digestive system by way of the stress. Also, stress causes the immune system to be weakened. In terms of emotional or mental effects, you come with issues like anxiety and depression, or irritability and mood swings, or even difficulty in concentrating, lack of focus. These are positive emotions. These are positive emotions that help us to combat stress, and also positive emotions such as this work to really undo the stress related symptoms that we might experience. And so as you can see, the top headings offer an overall category, but then you look down and you can see the various other emotions that are related to that top headings. For instance, being capable, you feel comfortable, determined, enthusiastic, elated, gladness, glorious, hopeful, joyful, uh, pleasurable, how you feel powerful, relieved, and stable. And then when you're certain, you have compassion, you're delighted, you could be excited, have empathy for others, just feeling good overall. Could even feel glamorous or humorous, just kind of the natural you comes out. You can feel magnificent, playful, assured, satisfied, and sublime. And then under charmed, you could feel courageous, eager, exhilarated, feeling feelings of excellence, greatness, gracefulness. You could feel inspired. You could feel the fervor of being able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. You could feel peaceful, positive, surprised, and superior. And then under cheerful, you see confidence, energetic, expectant, fascinated, grateful, happy, interested, loving, pleasant, relaxed, sympathetic, and thrilled. So you can see there's a whole gamut of possibilities for um, positive emotions. And for the most part, it has to do with this is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And at the very foundation is our physiological needs for things like air, food, water, shelter, and sex. And we have those locked down, then we can move up and start to consider other needs like safety needs of security, finances, and freedom from fear. And then above that would be your social or belonging needs for family, friendship, intimacy, companionship. And then above that would be uh, needs for esteem, self-confidence, and respect from others, as well as respect for others. And then growth needs or our cognitive needs would be pursuit of knowledge and understanding, which is one of the reasons we get on this call. And then aesthetic needs, that would be pursuit of beauty and creativity. And then self-actualization, which is actually achieving our individual potential. And then at the very top is self-transcendence, and that would involve helping others, spiritual experiences, and that kind of thing. And when those needs are met, then we have the wherewithal to hopefully manage stress. If there is a deficiency in any of these, then we can pretty much start to feel um, negative human emotions when those deficiencies. Can you all see this one okay? It's kind of small. But at the top of the oh fiddlesticks. The top of the rung is anger, anxiety, apathy, and boredom. And each of these categories have a whole plethora of other negative emotions that might be experienced. Under anger is feeling burdened, confused, disgusted, exasperated, frustrated, feeling grieved, ignored, isolated, lonely, obnoxious, remorse, scared, and even tired. And then under anxiety, cautious, contemptful, distracted, exhausted, fear, harassed, impatient, irritated, mad, overwhelmed, revengeful, shocked, and uncomfortable. And then under apathy, competitiveness, the feelings of depression, being doubtful, embarrassed, guilty, hesitant, indifferent, jealous, manipulated, panicky, shameful, suspicious, and uneasy. And then under boredom would be concerned, destructive, disappointed, envy, greed, hostility, excuse me, intimidated, jumpy, miserable, pressured, sad, stressful, and used and unappreciated. And I know many times we can feel any and or sometimes all of those things. Um, and so acknowledged or not, they have a definite influence on our physical being as well as our excuse me, our mental emotional being. And then we have the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous systems. The parasympathetic is your feelings of restfulness or less less than stressed. And then the sympathetic is where we're experiencing that stress, and you can see the various effects that these two um, systems have on the body. So with parasympathetic, when we're less than stressed, we're relaxed, you have your pupils, which are constricted because you're relaxed, so there's not a whole lot you really need to see. Then is the heartbeat is slowed and more of a relaxed uh heartbeat. And then your airways are constricted, especially the bronchial tubes, because we're having normal respirations, no need for extra air, for extra oxygen in the body because we're at rest. And then the liver is at that point stimulating bile release for digestive functions. The blood vessels are constricted because there's not a need for a whole uh, an increase in blood's volume and or oxygen being utilized in the body. And then the digestive system uh, is is working, it's stimulated, it's active in digesting, assimilating, and transporting food and nutrients to the rest of the body. The uterus is relaxed, the urinary system, you've got free flowing urine with an increase in urinary output. And so those are the things that happen when we are in a relaxed state. On the other hand, the sympathetic nervous system is, that system of excitement. And this is when we are stressed and we are moving or have moved into the fight or flight system within the body. And so at this point, the pupils are dilated because you need to see what the heck is going on around you. So you want to take in as much as you can. And then the heart, you've got an increase in heartbeat because you need more blood and more oxygen just in case you have to stand and fight or be ready to break out in a run. Your airways are dilated, especially the bronchial tubes, because you need to take in more air, get in more oxygen. Your sweat glands are stimulated, and so there's an increase in secretion. So literally, you start sweating. Your hands could be sweaty. Your brow, even your thorax, your chest area might start break out in a sweat. And then your liver actually increases the rate of glycogen breakdown to glucose because in order to have enough energy to stand and fight or to break out in a run, you need that glucose or that sugar to for energy, quick energy at that point. And then the digestive system actually decreases in activity because um, digestion and assimilation and the like take up a lot of energy. And when you are in the fight or flight scenario, then all of the resources, all of the blood and focus goes to the periphery, like your arms and your legs and your brain, so that you can make your way out of whatever this stressful or threatening situation is. So digestion is not important at that time. The adrenal glands, which are the organs of related to stress and stress management, actually stimulate the production of adrenaline to give us that extra boost. You've heard of people, especially women whose children might be in danger, whether a car has fallen on them or some heavy object, a boulder or what have you. And women, because of this adrenaline, have been known to move cars, big boulders, or heavy objects off of their loved ones, and at the, and after it's all over, could not for anything repeat the task that they just did. But that is a testament to the power of the hormone adrenaline. Um, and then the uterus, the there's actually vaginal contraction because you won't be using that area. And then the urinary system, the bladder actually relaxes during this time. And that's why you might notice that in a really, really, really stressful situation, you lose control of your bladder. You can see many people urinate on themselves. So you can see how the changes actually affect the bodily functions. So we've got natural ways to manage stress. Let's see what time we got here. Okay. And that can consist of deep breathing and meditation, because that literally calms the nervous system. You regular physical activity actually boosts endorphins and uh, uh, makes you feel more satisfied, more relaxed and calm. Balanced nutrition helps to reduce mood swings and fatigue. Adequate sleep actually restores body and mind. Herbal support like ashwagandha, a nice cup of chamomile tea, or lavender tea. And then there's also CBD, which brings the body back into balance. Actually, activates the endocannabinoid system and brings it into its fullness of function, allowing it to actually regulate and modulate all of our other systems, the immune system, respiratory system, digestive system, literally all of our other systems, brings them back into balance so that they can actually function at their maximum capacity, rendering them their ability to heal, regulate, and regenerate the body, bringing that function into full fruition. So it brings body back into homeostasis or a balanced state. Then spending time in nature is grounding and calming in and of itself. And then there are mindful practices like journaling and gratitude journals and that kind of thing. Just being practicing being present in the moment helps to relieve stress. And then there are manual therapies like massage, cranial sacral, naprapathy, chiropractic, etc. So, final thoughts. Stress is a part of life, but unmanaged stress can harm our health. Natural strategies can actually empower us to regain balance. And then listening to your body, because trust me, the body does speak to us. And it speaks before the mind actually catches up. So if you are being mindful, if you are in tune with your body, then you can tell when there's an imbalance and you can really start to work to do something about it. Um, so let me see, let me stop that share. Do we have any guests on the line? Everybody's a distributor. So everybody's familiar with CBD and the wonderful effects of CBD and our awesome products we have, which are our uh, hempranium, our power hempranium. Hold on, let me pull it up. Oh, that's right. I can't do that, can I? Can't do it from there. Um, nope, can't do it from there. Okay, I do know where I can do it from. So everybody is a distributor? Yes, no, maybe so.
Dr. Betty, this is Cece. How you doing?
Hey, Cece, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I have a new distributor, Vanessa, on the line. So if you could go over the products, that would be great. So she can get.
I'm trying to get to it now. I know I
Okay.
got it, but because okay, so you guys know that we had an issue with our merchants. Many merchants are, some never joined, but many are pulling away from cannabis products. And so we literally split up our product offerings, and all of the CBD products will be available and listed on wakana.com. Hold on, I'm looking. And then on akana.com will be our health and wellness products. And Melissa will make that announcement when that site is actually available. Hold on, why am I not getting this?
So, Dr. Betty,
Yes.
at the moment, I can buy CBD products off of Akana until it's
No,
shifted over.
no, you cannot. What you have to do is you will have to call customer service.
Okay.
And Kathy will take your order and handle all of that until that actual merchant business is completed.
Okay.
And at that point, Melissa will advise us that wakana.com is actually active and you can go there and make your purchases. But until then, just please continue to call customer service. And for those distributors, one of the great things that you could do is take your person's order or go or take them to customer service so that they can place those orders, because we don't want them to be frustrated
Right.
or any of that. I just had the thing, where is it? Or anything of that nature. And we want them to be able to actually get the products that they need when they need them.
Hey, Dr. Betty.
Yes, Brenda.
Margaret in the chat says, when I'm stressed, I feel a knot in my stomach sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Paula said, I used to think that when stressed, that sex is a stress reliever.
And it is. It releases those endorphins.
Okay, you
And
feel so much better.
so
Your
much.
head is clear and everything. Everything cleared out.
Okay, I heard that. And that is true. I mean, it really does. It really is a stress reliever. Oh, fiddlesticks, you all. I'm looking for this. I have it in here somewhere.
And
I thought I was going to be able to go to the site, but I just remembered just now. It's like I can't see them there because they're not there.
you got 853.
Okay, thank you. Let me see if they're in here. I don't think it's in there. Okay, let me see. I do know where it is though. Let me see. I think these are just. Oh no, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, yay. Okay, hold on, guys. Let me get back over here. Let me share my screen. And we're going to go there. Going to share that. And so we are, can you all see that?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So we've got our Power Hemp MD, and this is actually a full spectrum tincture. And as I mentioned, it developed to bring the body back to balance. You know, people will say, oh, do you have something for stress? You got something for headaches? You got something for menopause? Do you have this, that, and other, digestion? We have CBD, and CBD brings the body back into balance. And so, with that being the case, it will again, remember, regulate and modulate all of the other systems so that they can function to their maximum capacity in a balanced and homeostatic way. So this is, again, this is our full spectrum tincture. There are actually 900 milligrams of CBD in there. And this is pretty much more for people that have chronic issues, even perhaps people that are chronically stressed, people that have other ailments that can be related to stress or imbalance. And so this being full spectrum, it means that it has the full gamut of cannabinoids in it. It's got the THC, it's got the CBD, CBGs, CBN, CBC, and CBG, and all those that have not even been identified yet. But this full spectrum will boost your immune system. It will help to relieve stress, anxiety. even some symptoms of things like depression and some of those other stress-related issues that we mentioned. The digestive issues will be also normalized or brought back into balance because, as we mentioned before, CBD balances the entire our entire being. So that is the hemp MD. Let me see if I've got that's flaxseed. Then our other one is where is it? Is our Power Hempranium. And Power Hempranium is actually a full spectrum CBD. I don't have a picture of it. Full spectrum CBD. However, it has 500 milligrams of CBD in it. It also has a synergistic blend of peppermint oil, turmeric, black pepper in it, and black seed oil, all of those which are extremely anti-inflammatory, which is one of the key components or health benefits of CBD.
No, the other one. Was
And
someone
so,
no.
and so,
Well, are we mad at the soror?
okay. And so,
Wait,
can you hear me now? Okay. So the CBD actually, again, brings everything back into balance. It helps to relieve stress, inflammation, and the like. Boosts the immune system, aids in digestion, helps to build strong bones, helps to balance the blood sugar. All of the issues that might be affected by stress. It helps with insomnia because it calms the mind, and again, it decreases inflammation and has a calming effect. In fact, that is one of the best reasons to put the drops under your tongue, because you get movement into the bloodstream very rapidly because of the high amount of blood vessels in the mouth, especially under the tongue, so it gets right in and goes to work. We also have our gummies, broad spectrum, as well as power or full spectrum, which have basically the same benefits of being anti-inflammatory, uh, aiding in stress management, facilitating uh, uh, quality sleep because of its calming effect. And let's see what else oh, and then we have our THCA products, which are new. Is that in here? Let's see. It's not in here. This is an old one. But the THCA products also have the same anti-inflammatory properties, the same calming effects, and actually offer a little bit more of a kick to it, especially in the form, the THC is a precursor of THC, it's a precursor of THC. And when the THC is heated by way of cooking, baking, smoking, or adding any heat to it, even dropping it in your tea or your coffee or anything that is warm, will start to activate the THC in it, which will give you a bit of a buzz. Let me just put it that way. So you want to be aware of that. Our broad spectrum products, on the other hand, have no THC, or I should say 0.000 detectable THC, and would be the choice for people who might be have random drug tests at their job, or people that might be sensitive to the effects of THC. Everybody is not the same. And so there are some people that just don't want contact or ingestion of any THC. And at that point, we would definitely recommend our broad spectrum gummies and our broad spectrum tincture. Okay, so other than that, the only thing that I had was some videos for you guys, and we didn't have time to do any of that. Is Dr. Roz here yet? She's not here? Well, let's
Yeah, I'm
sneak
here.
this. What happened? Oh,
I
there
am here.
there she is, guys. So what I'll do is I will make a uh, a list of the videos I was going to show you, because there are several different really quick exercises that you can do with your fingers. They're called mudras. There's a short breathing exercise that you can do. There's another technique that you can do, such as this, which actually helps to relieve stress. So I'm going to put those videos. I'm going to list them in the chat while you guys are talking about your community stuff. Okay. So with that, um, I want to say farewell. Thank you for coming. I hope you got something out of that.
You made Dr. Roz a host, right?